jQuery chaining concept. jQuery chaining. So chaining concept. So this chaining concept allows us to run multiple jQuery methods within a single statement. Okay, so this chaining concept allows us to run jQuery methods, multiple jQuery methods within a single statement. So we can execute jQuery multiple methods. Methods means we have effects. Okay, sliding methods and fading effects is there. So fade in and fade out, fade toggle, fade to, and slide up, slide down, slide toggle. All these are methods we have in jQuery. So you want to execute multiple methods within a single statement. Okay, so we can use chaining concept in jQuery. Okay, to this is allows us to run multiple jQuery methods, run multiple jQuery methods within a single statement. Single statement. Okay, so we have been writing jQuery statements one at a time. Okay, so one after the other. So for example, you want to execute slide up and slide down. Okay, in a single statement. Uh, you can write like div tag dot slide up. Okay, so this is 5 seconds and slide down. This is also 5 seconds. Okay, so this is the statement to execute. Okay, two methods, slide up and slide down within a single statement. Okay, so this is the example. Slide up and slide down, both are two methods. Okay, jQuery two methods. Run jQuery multiple jQuery methods within a single statement. This technique is called jQuery chaining. So for example, one example, so create HTML form chaining. So for a sliding, okay, we can use this div tag and the library also. Okay, and we can use same CSS class also. Okay, so now take one button, input type equal to button and value equal to chaining and id equal to btn chain. Okay, so when you click on this button, okay, you have to run jQuery two methods in a single statement, that is slide up and slide down. So use script tag and document dot ready function. Okay, and dollar symbol hash btn chain dot click event function. Okay, so we can apply slide up and slide down for div tag. Okay, div tag is the selector dot slide up. Okay, this is the duration. Okay, right, next slide down, slide down also 5 seconds. Okay, so this is the statement to execute slide up and slide down in the single statement. After that, if you want to execute callback function, okay, you can use that callback function in the last method, my function. Okay, so in the last method we can use callback function, my function. Okay, so JavaScript function. So this function display alert box. Okay, that is uh, sliding methods completed. Okay, sliding methods completed. So when you click on this button, okay, slide up and slide down methods is slide up and slide down methods will apply on div tag. Okay, one after another. Okay, the duration is 5 seconds and 5 seconds. After complete these two methods, okay, callback function is executed and display alert box. So run this example. Okay, so click on this button. Okay, slide up is working now, and again slide down. Okay, within 5 seconds. After complete these two methods, sliding methods completed, alert box is displaying due to callback function. Okay, so this callback function is executed after complete these two methods. So this is called chaining concept in jQuery. Okay, so like this we can execute multiple jQuery functions. And the next concept is DOM manipulation in jQuery. DOM manipulation in jQuery. DOM manipulation in jQuery. So this is also very important concept in jQuery, and this is allows us to manipulate the DOM elements. Manipulate the DOM elements means we can read or write the text content to the HTML elements. Okay, so this is also important concept in jQuery, and this allows us to read or write text content mm, read or write text content to or from, okay, from the HTML elements. Okay, allows us to read or write text content to or from the HTML elements. For example, you have div tag, okay, with some content, sample text content. Okay, so you want to read the text content, okay, sample content. You want to read the text from this div tag. Okay, so for this we can use one method in DOM manipulation, that is text method. Okay, to read the text content of select element we can use text method. Okay, this text method returns only text content of select element. Okay, if you want to read the uh, child elements, okay, for suppose you have uh, HTML elements in the div tag. For example, div tag this is my uh, another sample content. Okay, so here you can use span. Okay, okay, so this is the three methods. So this html text method returns only text content of. Okay, so for example, if you have html elements in this div tag also. Okay, but this html text method returns only text content of this selected div tag. Okay, that is sample text content is returned. Okay, if you use html method, it returns sample. This is my another sample content with including span element also. Okay, returns including span element also. And val method read or write the values to or from the form fields. So an example for DOM manipulation: create an HTML form, DOM manipulation. So take three buttons, type equal to button, and value equal to text method, and id equal to btn text, and close. Input type equal to button, value equal to html method, id equal to btn html, input type equal to button, and value equal to val, and id equal to btn val method. And take one more text box, type equal to text box, and placeholder equal to email, close this, and id equal to txt email. So now we can take one div tag, with some content. Content is, can copy this content. Okay, and use span here. Okay, for the header. Okay, DOM manipulation heading. So write some css for this span. Span text color is red color. Okay, and font size 16 pixels, and font family Calibri. Okay, so now call the jQuery library. Okay, so now when you click on this button, text button, returns only text. Dot click function dollars. So we can use alert box to display the output. In the alert box, dollar symbol development dot text method. Okay, text method returns only text content. And the next one is dollars btn html dot click event function and alert. In the alert box, dollar symbol and selected development dot html and finally val button. So when you click on this button, median val and dot click event, I want to apply. Okay, I want to apply some email. Okay, example email to the text box. Okay, value to the text box. Dollar symbol hash txt email dot val. In the val method, example @gmail.com. Okay, so this when you click on val button, okay, val button, this example @gmail.com is uploaded to the text box. So now run this example. Okay, so this is one div tag. Okay, this div tag contains some content. Okay, some example content, and for header, span also is there, and return some css properties, color, font size and font family. So when you click on text button, okay, it's written only text content, okay, of the div tag, okay, of the selected element. Okay, so observe here, only text content is returned. And again click on html button. Okay, so you can find it here, span tag. Okay, we use this span tag in div tag. Okay, html method returns html elements also. We return the text content including html elements also from the selected element. So this is the difference between text method and html method. html method, text method returns only text content, and html method returns text with markup language, markup elements also. And when you click on val button, okay, that value is applied to the text box. Okay, example @gmail.com. Okay, so you want to read the value from the text box. Okay, if you want to read the value from text box, just use only val method. Okay, so already email is there in text box. Okay, email is in text box. You want to display that uh, email in alert box, just use here alert. Okay, so now val method, only val method. So it will display the email in alert box. Okay, so text box value returned into alert box. Okay, so these are the DOM elements, DOM manipulation, DOM methods. Okay, so now next, adding elements. Adding elements. So adding elements also allows us to add uh, add elements at the end of the select element and at the beginning of the select element and after complete the select element and before the selected element. Okay, so this is the concept to add the elements at the end of the select element and at the beginning of the select element, after the select element and before the select element. So here we have four methods. We have four methods in jQuery. Okay, so jQuery methods that are used to add new content to the already existing contents. First one is append append method, and second one is prepend method, and third one is after, and fourth one is before. Okay, so these are the four methods to add the content. Okay, to insert the content at the end of the select element, at the beginning of the select element. Append method. Okay, using this method using this method we can insert content content at the end of the selected element, end of the selected element. Okay, so for example we have paragraph. Okay, my sample content. Okay, my sample content, and this is our paragraph. Okay, this is our paragraph, and I want to add extra content at the end of the paragraph. At the end of the paragraph means in this area. Okay, within the paragraph element, I want to add the content at the end of the selected element. Okay, we can use this method, and again prepare method. Using this method we can insert content at the beginning of the selected element. So this is called, for example, paragraph, my sample paragraph. Okay, if you want to add extra content at the beginning of the paragraph in this area. Okay, in this area. Okay, so we can use prepend method, and after method, using this method we can insert content content after the selected element selected element after the selected element. So for example, you have three paragraphs. Okay, you have three paragraphs. Okay, so I want to add text box after complete the second paragraph. After complete the second paragraph means in this area. Okay, I want to add the text box. So now we can use after and before method. So before method, using before method in this area. Okay, before method insert the content before the select element. Okay, if you want to add the text box before the second paragraph, okay, you can use before method. Insert content before the selected element. Okay, so create one HTML form, adding elements. Okay, so here you can use 4 buttons like this, 4 buttons and same concept here. Okay, button is first one append button and the text box button ID append, and next one is prepend, and next after, and this is button, and value is after and before, and ID bdn before. Okay, and here when you click on this button, append button, okay, you want to add content at the end of the selected element. End of the selected element means this area. Okay, so this div tag ending here. So the content is adding elements. Okay, adding elements. Dot append method. Okay, and bottom prepend. For prepend also same.
Yes.
Dot prepend. For prepend jQuery chaining. Okay, So this is the content to add the prepend and append and prepend. And third button, after button. So when you click on this button, so here we can use div1, the id equal to div1, and this is id div2, id equal to div3. Okay, three divs is there. I want to add the text box, okay, after complete the second div and before the second div. So here we use it after and div2, and this also same. Dot after input type equal to text box and value equal to name, and close this text box. Placeholder equal to name. Okay, so no value attribute and placeholder name. Okay, so this is div2. Then after div2 we want to add name text box, and after div2, okay, before div2 we want to add email text box. Okay, before dot before, that is email. Okay, four buttons: append, prepend, after, and before. Four methods. For four methods, when you click on append button, so the text content is added at the end of the selected div2 tag and the prepend method. Okay? And when you click on prepend button, the prepend method, okay, added extra content at the beginning of the selected div2 tag. Okay, this is the div2 tag. Okay, attach this content to this div2, okay, by using prepend method. And when you click on after button, after method attached, okay, attached to this content, okay, after complete the this div2 tag. And when you click on before button, before method attaches this text box, okay, before the div2 tag. So now run this example. Okay, append, okay, adding elements is added. Okay, just we can use here bold, okay, bold. Okay, for clarification, okay, so when you click on append, okay, adding button, adding elements is added. Okay, the adding elements. Again, when you click on prepend button, okay, jQuery chaining is added. Okay, before the div2. Okay, and after and before. After text box is added. Okay, and before text box is added. And you can check here. Okay, first div1 tag is there, and after div1 and between div2, okay, text box is added. and div2 is there. After div2 one text box is there, and after this text box div3 is there. Okay, before and after and before. Okay, so after method attaches text box after complete this div2 tag. Okay, after complete the div2, before method attaches text box before the div2 tag. Okay, so jQuery after method inserts content after the selected HTML element, and jQuery before method insert content before the selected HTML element. Okay, so these are the append, prepend, after and before methods. And the next concept is next one is
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
okay,
There,
remove and empty methods. Okay, remove and empty methods. So remove this method removes the selected element. This method removes the selected element. Okay, and it's a child elements also. Child elements also. Okay, remove the selected element and its child elements also. Empty method. Okay, remove the child elements from the select element. This method removes the child elements from the selected element. Okay, see the difference between these two. Remove method removes the entire element. Okay, empty method removes the child element of the select element and content of the select element only. Okay, but parent element is should be there. So these are the two important methods. So we can add two more buttons here. Type equal to button and value equal to remove, id equal to btn, remove, input type equal to button and value equal to empty, id equal to btn empty. Okay, so when you click on this remove button, okay, so we want to remove this div2. Okay, so now hash btn remove dot click. When you click on that button, okay, so dollar div2, right, div2 dot remove. Okay, and the next empty button btn empty dot click function dollar symbol div2 dot empty. Okay, so now run this example. Okay, remove empty. So here observe one thing. Okay, div1 and div2, div3. Okay, three div elements is there. When you click on this remove, okay, div2 is removed from HTML element, HTML form. Okay, div1 and div3 is there. Div2 is removed. Again refresh this. Okay, now you can click on, okay, div2 contains some content. Okay, when you click on empty button, okay, div2 is there, but the div2 is empty. Okay, so empty method removes the child elements from the select element. Okay, but select element should be visible. And one more important concept is CSS manipulation in jQuery. CSS manipulation. Okay, CSS manipulation in jQuery. So CSS manipulation, by using this concept, allows us to add or remove, okay, CSS classes to the HTML elements. Okay, this is allows us to add or remove, okay, add or remove CSS classes to or from the selected HTML elements. Okay, add or remove the CSS classes to or from the selected HTML elements. Okay, so here in CSS manipulation we have four methods. Okay, here also we have four methods. Add class, okay, this is one method. Second one is remove class, and third one is toggle class. Okay, toggle class. Okay, observe this capitalization. Okay, from second word onwards only caps letter. Okay, first letter is in small letters. From second letter onwards, first letter caps. Okay, from second word onwards, first letter caps. And CSS method. So these are the four methods. Add class. Add one or more classes to the select elements. So this class, using this class, this method, using this method, add one or more classes to the selected element. Okay, add one or more classes to the selected element. And remove class. Using this method, removes one or more classes from the selected select element. And a toggle class. Toggle between adding and remove classes. toggle between adding or removing classes from the selected elements. And this is CSS method. We can apply CSS properties to the HTML elements. Okay, we can apply CSS properties to the HTML elements. Okay, so one example on manipulation. So create one HTML form, CSS manipulation. So same we can use same example. Okay, so here CSS class. Okay, so this is dot my div class. Okay, in CSS we created one class, my div is the class name. Okay, so my div is the class name, and here add class button, remove class button, remove class. Next toggle class, next button CSS. Okay, 4 methods is there, and div1, div2 and div3 is there. So when you click on add class button, okay, add class button, we want to apply CSS class. Okay, CSS class is my div to the div2 dot add class. My div is the class name. Okay, from JQuery, okay, using JQuery we can add CSS classes to the HTML elements by using add class method. Okay, so this is the class name, CSS class name, my div. Okay, so we have not attached, okay, this class name to this div tags. Through jQuery we are attaching this class name to div2 tag. So when you click on this button, remove button, okay, we can remove that class, my div class, from div2 dot remove class, again my div class. Okay, here adding the class to the div2 tag. In this statement we are removing my div class from div2 tag. Okay, and the next is toggle class. Okay, so when you click on this button, okay, toggle class, okay, if class is Okay, if class is attached to the div tag, then remove the class from the selected div tag. If the class is not there for not is attached to the div tag, class is attached by using toggle class, my div class. Again button CSS. So for button CSS, so you can take one button here, one text box, type equal to text box, and placeholder equal to first name and id equal to txt name. Okay, so we can apply background color and text color to the text box. Okay, when you click on this CSS button. Okay, txt name, txt name, use dot css method. And if you want to apply multiple CSS properties, okay, use flower bracket in the CSS method, and use single quote or double quote to the CSS property name, like background color, okay, and colon and hash. We can apply this background color, okay, for text box. Okay, in real time use only color codes, okay, don't use color names. Color is text box text color, triple F. Okay, that is white color. So now 4 examples completed: add class, remove class, toggle class, and CSS. So when you click on this add class button, this class is attached to div2, and when you click on remove class, okay, this class is removed from div2. When you click on div toggle button, okay, and div2 is removed and added to the div tag. Okay, both add class and remove class is worked in same single statement. And when you click on CSS button, okay, when you click on this CSS button, um, CSS properties added to the text box, okay, background color and text color. So now run this example. Add class. Okay, first of all add class. Okay, so class is added to the div tag. Okay, once check this, go to inspect. Okay, div1, no, div2, div3 is there. Okay, there is no CSS for div2. When you click on this add class, okay, so my class is added here. Okay, class equal to, in the div tag, div id equal to div2, class equal to my div. So when you click on remove class button, okay, class is removed. Okay, only class attribute is there, but class name is not there. Again you can click toggle class. Okay, if class is removed, okay, if class is not there in the selected element, so class is added to the selected element, and again you can click on toggle class. The class is removed from selected div element. Okay, and the third one is, here we have text box. Okay, click on CSS button. Okay, style, background color and text color is applied. Okay, background color is blue color and text color is white. So like this, we can apply CSS to the HTML elements by using CSS method, or we can write CSS class in the style sheet. Okay, and we can add that class by using add class method, or we can remove CSS class by using remove class method.